Okay, hey Cancer, this one is for you. This is Tarot Lumination with your new singles mini love and relationship report. It's for you, Cancer. It's mid-September 2017. Make the best of it. I know we're in the middle of the month, but drag this out into October. Make the best of it. So you can see we kind of wrote it all out here so you can take your time and enjoy the reading as we go through without having to listen to me explain everything over and over and over and over again. Okay, so cards were already well shuffled in advance, but I'm going to the last second for you as a witness. And no jumpers, flyers, no reversals, no oracles. This is stripped down bare bone. Okay, as much as you can get. And we're going to tell a story. Let's see what happens. Okay, now remember, Cancer, this is for all of you, this is like singles. Okay, now Tarot Illumination, I'm not a fortune teller here. That's not what we do. We're just reading energy and seeing what the reflection might be, allowing for the laws of attraction. Okay, we're not out here hunting, prowling, stalking for a potential mate or anything like that. Okay, this would be you, this would be them, this is the relationship, this is the prospect. Okay, so here we go. We're going to cut in just a moment, and then we're going to go for it. All right, here we go. Totally wide open. Let's just do it like this. Totally wacky cut for you guys. Here we are. Okay, so this would be you, your energy. Okay, this would be the other potential other. What if? Depending on what you're attracting, this would be the relationship itself, if, and this would be the prospects, if. Okay, we're going to look at the weather at the moment. This is the prevailing condition, and you, Cancer, you're going to make the best of it, like we all do, like we all have to. We're not going to let ourselves be owned by the weather, okay? All right, let's have a look. What you got? King of Cups. So, Cancer, right now, prevailing conditions are really appropriate and good and supportive for you to have the chance to take your singlehood right now and kind of be grateful in a way, because you can start from scratch, and whatever's coming to you is going to really give you a boost some way, somehow, into becoming your true self, regaining full sovereignty of self, especially when it comes to matters of the heart and the emotions, the feelings, heart energy that prevails in your life, in your world around you, perhaps in ways that have never happened before. So this is good news. I see it as good news, but of course, it's a big, with the King of Cups, that's big energy. You have to, that's setting the bar really high on ourselves. So what are you radiating right now? So you're kind of calling it out. You're being really, really, let's just say, honest with yourself. You're acting like a whistleblower on yourself, being, let's just say, uninhibited in allowing yourself to speak your mind to yourself, which is actually kind of liberating, because you might have been operating and living under a lot of, illusions and delusions, or let's say tremendous pressure for a long time, especially because Pluto's been in Capricorn for so long, and we've got Saturn coming up in Capricorn in a few months. So you might be really feeling it, Cancerians. You might have been just under so much pressure for so long. But if you think about it as a form of fermentation, deep, long-term fermentation, or like a maturing, this is going to sound crazy, but like, how they mature a cheese, like an aged Gouda cheese? You cannot have a 10-year aged Gouda in 6 months. It doesn't work like that. A 10-year aged Gouda is a 10-year aged Gouda. It takes time for these things to occur. And so it might be a realization now, if you're in this single mode, Cancer, it's okay for you to understand that you're in a process. And if it's a struggle, you have to admit it, talk about it to yourself, and allow the next steps to unfold, and be really truthful and honest about it, which seems to be what you're doing, even if it might be uncomfortable, because it's just what has to be done. You are respecting yourself, calling out the truth on yourself, step by step by step, and hopefully not hurting yourself or hurting anyone else's feelings in the process, okay? Because you could be all have all the best of intentions here, Cancer, but in your own search for the truth about who you are and how you're going to evolve, it's very easy to, you know, uh, get hurt or even hurt others or be hurt by others in the process. So I'm just saying be very, very cautious with how you're conducting yourself right now because it comes back at you. We're allowing for the laws of reflection. So it could be in very beautiful ways, but let's have a look. So you might be attracting what you could call fate. Some people want to think of this as the fate card. I think of it as very, very beautiful. Also, I like to think of it, there's a bit of a roller coaster energy here, where if you are really honest with yourself, Cancerians, that you might be like let's pretend I'm Cancerian. I'm saying, you know what? If I'm honest with myself, things are kind of like a wild roller coaster at the moment, and I'm struggling to handle it. And that's being reflected back to me in my life or world around me. And it's possible that I might attract that in someone else around me, where, for better or worse, this could be a very fated situation where I might feel as though I, Cancerian, don't have full say in all these matters. So you might feel a bit jittery or a little bit thrown about or bounced around by fated circumstances in the way that's happening with you in the world of relationship, to the point where you don't really have a full grasp on it. So you're just having to hold onto the railing, so to speak. Like if you're on some big crazy roller coaster ride, you have no choice except to hold on tight, okay, and trust and believe that it's all working out for you. Because with the Wheel of Fortune energy over here and the potential energy of another, a possible significant other, in terms of what if they could have everything. The other super positive way to look at this is that everything is exactly as it should be anyway, because it doesn't have a way to be anything else. It's everything in terms of all the alignments of energy, no matter how they feel, if it's conflicted or stressful or weird or disorienting, all the energies are exactly the way they should be in terms of what might be happening for you and the energy that you attract from another. So that's pretty cool, and it's challenging you. There's no question about it. Let's look at the relationship dynamic itself. It's pushing you to a limit, I feel, where you're struggling to hold on and find stability in your own world and own foundations. But that could be good, because it's also an indication here that in your singlehood, if let's say you start attracting this type of energy where you feel it and it's exciting and it's taking you to extremes where you've never gone before, it's testing you and actually catalyzing you to create more and more and more strength, more and more power, more and more stability and foundations in your life to endure for the long-term future. This is the potential of what's happening here. Let's have a look at the prospects. The prospects are, let's say, ambiguous right now, because it might be a little scary for you because of what's happening, because this is such powerful energy. You might not even know you're radiating it because you're just trying to handle your own energy here. But in terms of the potential energy of another that's either already existing in your world, but you might not have it yet in 3 dimensions, but they're out there and they're living their life. Okay. And it might be a roller coaster for them too, but their energy is also affecting you in such a way that it's shaking you to the very foundations of your core, which is, in some ways, it's kind of exciting, but it also can feel a little bit destabilizing. It's like almost like earthquake energy, and you would be prompted with this much strength, this much say fated energy, which is very strong, to find ways to stabilize things so that, let's say, you're not so whipsawed coming down the road. So the prospects could lead you into a position where you're, let's say, you might be forced to make decisions that you don't want to make. You might be forced, like with the more swords energy here, to come deeper and deeper into your truth, where you're being called out to have to make decisions about what to do and how to do it going forward. because there's no way to predict exactly what's going to happen given the potential of who might be showing up in your life. So it puts you kind of on the spot in order for you to take full advantage of this King of Cups energy surrounding you now, even though it might be the equivalent of a lot of emotional turbulence inside of you. It's a tremendous opportunity for you to rise up in your own strength and your own power through the process of active decision making, okay, in ways that you've never done before. So that's cool because that's how we activate our strength and our power and moving forward in life. We make decisions, and it's like forcing you to make decisions, even though you might not want to make certain decisions. I feel that the relationship dynamic here that could unfold would put you in a spot where you will be challenged to make really big decisions. Okay, so I'll stop talking now. Make the best of it. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Rewrite your own story. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye, Cancer.